Thank you for tuning in to Anime Radio. Today I'll be talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stands. More specifically, I'll be talking about my least favorite stands. Controversial topic, but I'm going with it. Now, you may be thinking that I've already done it, or something like this, but you're referring to my favorite stands video. So, if you want to check that out, it's really nice. It's a long video just for you to watch, like if you're drawing or if you're doing something. Just if you're bored and you want to do something. Now, let's move on to the announcements. Me and my colleague have been working on something called Anime News, which is a live stream video where we just talk about news related stuff, but obviously animes and such, like new seasons, new animes, new mangas even, or just completely irrelevant topics that we'd like to talk about. And now, let me also tell you that I've also been working on a Demon Slayer manga video, which if you're interested in watching some new mangas, then that might be something more than what you like. So without that in complete distraction from this video, let's move on to the actual video. Let's start with my number 10 pick. Number 10, Joseph Joestar, Hermit Purple. I picked this stand for number 10 for multiple reasons, because I was really excited to see Joseph's stand, because it's the stands are a new topic in Stardust Crusaders, so I was like, maybe it could be like Totoro's or Mohammed Abdul or Jean-Pierre Polnareff or Nariaki Kakyoin with all those stands. But obviously it's not. It's just vines that have just the ability to make screens gone to camera views or whatever, interference, something related, TV related, all that. Basically what Joseph Joestar is. But something else that I was really angry is that I found out that Holly's stand, Holly Cujo's, and Jonathan Joestar's stand, they're exactly the same. Maybe a little different color, but that doesn't change anything, does it? That really aggravated me, because I was really happy to see these three people having stands, and I was really confused. And I was really upset. So that's why I picked it for number 10. Okay, let's move on to my number 9 pick. Number 9, Sun. You might be wondering, what the hell is this stand? Well, it's from Stardust Crusaders, and it's an enemy stand, and you'll be seeing a lot of enemy stands actually here, but let's just start out with this one. So, the sun is the one episode where Jotaro, Joseph, Kakyoin, and Polnareff were stuck in the desert of Egypt and are traveling. And there's this enemy stand that has basically the sun, and it just boils the earth, literally. And it was such a boring stand. I mean, what about Yellow Tempest? That was interesting. What about Death 13? That was cool. What about Anubis? What about Dark Blue Moon? Why couldn't it just be something that was more cooler and just more interesting? It could have so many ways that could have gone into, but it didn't. So that's why it was number 9. Okay, let's move on to number 8. Number 8, Boy to Man. Now, Boy to Man is that kid stand that fought with Rohan Kashibe, and the one that did rock, paper, scissors. And I don't know what happened actually, I can't remember, but it was a very boring stand. It had nothing, like, it was really boring. It's just, it also looks weird, just weird. And also, I was quite excited for this fight, but then it was just rock, paper, scissors. It could have had a better fight. It was very boring. So, that's why Boy to Man, or Boy to Men, whatever, is my number 8 pick. Let's move on swiftly to number 7. Number 7. Superfly. If you don't know what this stand is, it's basically a electric pole, and it's the stupidest stand I've ever seen. It's completely just dumb. It's like, oh my. It's just an electric thing. Electric whatever. I don't know what you call it in America. I don't know what to call it actually. But it's just, what is this? It could have been cool. It even had a nice concept. It's like a movable stand. It can't go anywhere. It's stuck in place. It could have had, like, at least it could have had a different object that it obtained. But no. The ability of this stand, well, it's to be this electric thing, and then if somebody goes in it, they're trapped forever. If the other person goes out of it, then they won't be. So there has to be 2 people involved. So if one person goes inside of it, then they're trapped forever. If another person goes inside of it, the other person can now go out of it. But if that second person was to try and go out, they'd be turned into it, the metal. And if you attacked it, then it would put, like, back to you. So that's an okay ability. But I mean, really, that's why I picked it for number 7. Let's move really quickly to number 6. Number 6. Sex Pistols. If you don't know what this stand is, you must be insane because you've only watched Damages Unbreakable. It's the other JoJo's. Sex Pistols is a stand that Mista has from Ventadora, and he is like these 6 bullets, 6 metal bullets that control other bullets, and just the like fleas that can control where the bullet goes, and it's just it's a really stupid idea. I like the character, I like the stand, more or less, but it's just I was really excited to see their stands, and it just turned out that Sex Pistols was not something I liked. And it was really annoying because it could have been so, like, interesting, and it could have been better, and instead it wasn't. So that's why I picked Sex Pistols for number 6. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5. Aerosmith. Naranta has this stand. It just made me so sad because I thought Naranta would have something interesting. If you don't know, I'm crouching down with shame because of this, because it's a aeroplane, and I get that I don't get it actually. Now, because we're at number 5, we'll be really seeing my least favorite stands, like stands that I just hate completely. Well, this is a stand that I really dislike because I had big expectations for this, and big ones, I tell you, and then just completely goes out the windows like it just explodes. It's completely crap. Okay, let's move on to number 4, otherwise I might get really bad hate. Number 4. Basket. Bastet. Bastet. This stand, it's a plug. It's just a plug. It was cool in the anime, but it's just a plug. There's nothing cool about it. It's a plug. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Number 3. The Fool. The stand's owner is Iggy. If you don't know what it is, it's a dog, and I hate this stand because it terrifies me so much. Look at that face. Just these stands now are getting really disgusting and are getting really, really bad. So let me tell you why I hate this stand. It was boring. I had big expectations for the doggy, and then it just comes out with this crap, car, half, jack. It looked good at first, and then I realized, this is a main character we're talking about. Why doesn't he have like a human age stand or something a bit like Silver Chariot? Maybe Silver Chariot could have been a good stand for Iggy. But I mean, please, this is not a good stand. I don't want any hate, but it's just boring. Okay, let me just move on to number 2. I'm crying. I'm not actually crying, I'm just a really good actor. Stray Cat. Now, this stand is actually infused with its owner, Tama. It's a cat, if you didn't know. And it died. They buried it in the ground, and then it turned into a plant. Number 2 is a stray cat plant, and it just has the ability to blow explosive bubbles. That's my bubble. It had no meaning. There was no point of it. If it wasn't there, then it would have it wouldn't change anything at all, because it's just a dumb character that was really, really unnecessary. It was just it's just to fill up the spaces. That's all it is. Now I have one good comment. It died. I have another bad comment. It suggests no, this does not happen in real life. Okay, let's move on to number 1. Number 1. Killer Queen. What? I'm just kidding with you. It's not Killer Queen. It's actually Empress. I hate this stand so much. I was so excited for the fight with Joseph and this thing, and then it just ended up being the worst, most boring fight. I felt sad for Joseph that he was actually being taunted and hurt by this thing. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. If anybody likes this stand, I am so surprised, because this is the most boring stand ever. I have never seen a person who liked this thing. I mean, I can understand people who like Emperor. I can understand people who like Death 13, I can understand people who like the world, because I love the freaking world, because it was a great stand. But the Empress, I have never seen it once on a like list. I've always seen it on a hate list. I've never seen it on a my favorite stands list or ranking stands list. It was always at the bottom. It is the worst stand ever, and anybody who likes this stand just needs to really think about everything. Just it had a minor role. It was a crappy villain. It had a boring fight with Joseph. It's very weak. It has a stupid name. I mean, really, there has to be the Emperor and the Empress. Why couldn't the Empress be like a cannon or a sword or a knife or anything else, really? But no, it has to be the Empress. And this was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, let's round up this video, otherwise I'm gonna go insane. So, let me tell you some more announcements that I want to share. We are actually very close to being able to do anime news, and I am extremely close in completing my manga video. And if you want to know what the manga video is about, then why don't you just come by our channel once more when I upload it? Like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, notification bell, and just get all our weekly uploads. Okay, you all have fun. Thank you for tuning into Anime Radio, and we hope to see you join our next